Alrighty, everybody. Okay, so today we're going to focus a little bit on the bottom left shape there on the left, trying to get it going because we have none of them. And so anything is better than nothing. Uh, Zero, even if it's just one per second, it's better than uh, zero, right? So we're going to get some of those started cooking up. Um, yes, awesome. Uh, So, but then we're gonna shift over our priorities to the level, which at first glance and for the whole time I was looking at it, it looked pretty simple, but we're gonna see some difficulties with it that come along with doing this type of shape. And I'm assuming that this is gonna start to be kind of a new standard of what this game does, and we'll discuss that when we get over there. But for now, we are working on these purples. One thing I want to note, just in a previous episode, we had increased the productivity of our blueprint shape, and I'm really happy that we did that because we have quite a few of them now, and I think that's just gonna build upon itself, and we're just gonna see a lot of progress there. So this is about where I see that there's going to be problems. I think maybe I had figured it out before this at some point that there's going to be issues. But I try reconnecting it and it just gives me the same shape. Okay, maybe if I bring it from a different shape, a different entirely shape, different. Wow, that is not how I want to say that. A shape entirely, entirely different shape. There we go. There's English. Maybe it would fill it differently, but it doesn't. Which, I knew that already, but I was hoping it wasn't the case. So the issue we're having, if you look closely at the shape in the top left there, that's the one I'm trying to make. The issue is that the bottom left there, it's just a square, but it's on a layer below the shape, the rest of the shape, which means it's going to be smaller. Which the only way to do that is to layer things on top of each other. And so that's not too big of an issue with like the ones below that. Say, I mean, even just the blueprint one, the white circle is smaller because it was put on top of it, and then I could have put other shapes on top of that, and it would have just been getting smaller. Um, but that's not how this is going to work out. So it took me a while to figure this out, but you can see that I finally cut things up the right way, put them on top of each other the right way, and then ended up splitting them so that we would have a smaller splitting, churning, did a bunch of stuff to get it so that bottom left corner would be smaller, and I'm glad that that worked out, even though it took a while. Hopefully in the future I can do better, but like I said earlier, I think that might be a new standard that is going to start happening for these shapes. So hopefully I figure out how to do it a little more efficiently than what I did before. Here you see me taking a bunch of yellow paint from this factory up here. That's for a couple reasons. One, I'm not sure I need the yellow paint anymore up here, but also I need white paint, and yellow paint is already combined. It's green and red paint combined, and so all I need to do is add blue paint and it becomes white paint. So it's just very convenient to use the big yellow paint factory that I already have. So my first thought is I'm gonna just color the white pieces of the shape that I need directly from the cutter, but then I realized just because of how the cutter works, it's all so close together, it's probably more difficult. So I decided to make a bunch of white circles. And I like how I set this up, but we're gonna come back to that the next episode because we're going to end here. But I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. And yeah, goodbye.